Last week, the House passed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, and it's now being reviewed by the Senate. The bill is huge and covers a wide variety of government policies that affect all of us. So let's talk about what's actually in this big, beautiful bill. And I know, even me talking about the bill is going to upset some of you. But before you leave an angry comment, check out the link below, which takes you directly to the details of the bill. This is all in there. See for yourself. The item that is most talked about by proponents for the bill is that this bill provides tax cuts. But the question is, who's getting the tax cuts and how much? 80% of tax-paying Americans will get some tax cut because without this bill, many of the tax cuts that we've had in previous years were going to expire, which is good news. But this bill has additional tax cuts, and according to the independent analysis of the bill, 60% of the dollar benefit of the tax cuts will go to the top 20% of households, and more than 1/3 of the overall benefit will go to those making $460,000 or more. And when you drill down, this imbalance gets worse. The lowest income 20% of households, those making about $35,000 or less, will get a tax cut of less than 1%, or about $160 on average. And when you include changes that this bill makes to the Affordable Care Act, their benefit from this bill falls to about $60. People making less than $20,000 a year will actually have to pay $40 more in their taxes after losing subsidies that lowered the cost of healthcare access. Middle-income households will get an average tax cut of about $1,800, or about 2.4% of their after-tax income. On the other end, households making between $460,000 and $1.1 million a year, that's the top 95 to the top 99th percent of income, will get the biggest benefit. The bill cuts their taxes by an average of $21,000 or 4.3%. In actual dollar terms, the biggest winners will be the top 0.1% of households, those making more than $5 million a year. Their taxes will decrease by almost $300,000 or about 3.3% of their after-tax income. Some of the biggest items highlighted in the news have been that the bill makes tips and overtime tax-free, at least temporarily, and allows you to deduct your car loan interest. It also increases the standard deduction for people over age 65 and temporarily boosts the standard deduction. But when you really look at it, those talking points and temporary benefits for normal people don't mean much when it comes to the real effects this will have on the overall economy, and especially on those who are already struggling. It's not surprising that a bill that cuts tax revenue by $3.3 trillion over the next 10 years helps the majority of Americans. But this bill is tilted heavily in favor of high-income households. The Big Beautiful Bill Act still needs to be voted on by the Senate and will likely have some changes in the future. Hopefully, some of the tax benefit imbalances will be addressed. This is part 1 in our series on what's in the Big Beautiful Bill. Follow to find out more.